Now we're going to delve into the more practical side of things. So in the previous lectures, we installed both Chrome and Firefox browser. We installed Git Bash. We installed VS Code. And we also installed and set up Node.js. So what we're going to do now is we're going to set up Cypress. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to create an empty folder on our desktop. So on the right mouse click, go New, Folder, and give it the name of Cypress dash automation dash framework. So Cypress dash automation dash framework. So that's just an empty folder. So the next step, what we're going to do is we're going to open VS Code, so Visual Studio Code. As you can see, it's empty. We haven't got anything open at the moment. We're going to go File, Open Folder. We're going to go to Desktop, and we're going to select the new folder, which is our empty folder. So now we should see the empty folder opened. And as you can see here, this is the folder which we've just created. Because we haven't created any files yet, you can see that the UI panel is empty. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to use the terminal window to create our package.json file. So what a package.json file does is it enables us to handle our packages or dependencies. And it's primarily used in, for example, Node.js projects. So what we're going to do is click on Terminal, New Terminal. Ensure you have Bash selected here. That's one of the other reasons why we installed Git Bash. So ensure Bash is selected here. And via the terminal window here, we're going to run the following command, which is npm init. And what this is going to do is going to take us through the setup process for us to set up our package.json file. So it's saying package today. You can see it's got Cypress automation framework there. We can leave that as it is, press enter. Version, we can leave it as it is, press enter. Description, we can provide a description. So let's call it Cypress automation framework. So Cypress automation framework, press enter. The index file, we can leave it as it is, press enter. Test command, we can leave that blank, press enter. Git repository, we're not going to add one for the time being, so press enter. Keywords, if you want to add any keywords, I'm just going to leave that empty as well. So press enter. Author, you can provide your name. So I'm going to type Johnny Bruno. Press enter. License, leave it as it is, blank, and press enter. And what it's going to do is going to show you an example output. So if you're all happy with the following, as you can see here, we can press enter. And now, if we look at our folder directory, you can see a package.json file listed. And as you can see, it's provided all the details that we've just specified in the setup process. Now that we've created our package.json file to handle our packages, what we're going to do now is we're going to download the whole Cypress package, or let's say the Cypress framework. So this is the first step that we need to take in order to install Cypress. So within the same terminal window, what I'm going to do is clear the previous logs. So I'm going to type clear, like so. And as you can see, it's wiped and got rid of the previous commands. Now what we're going to do is we're going to run a specific command to install Cypress. So please know, before we run this given command, Cypress will be making updates in the future. However, please ensure that you run the exact same command, which I'm about to type. So what we're going to do via the terminal window, we're going to type npm space install space --save -dev space. We're going to type Cypress. We're going to use the @ symbol. We're going to type 4.5.0. So please make sure you type the following. So the exact same command. And as you can see, we are going to install Cypress version 4.5.0. So please ensure you type the same command and press enter. So what this is going to do now is going to start downloading the relevant Cypress dependencies on your given machine. And another thing to note, sometimes you may see warnings. There's nothing to worry about. And what we're going to do now is leave this given command running, give it some time, so it may take some time. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pause this lecture. So now you can see it's currently downloading Cypress, and then it's going to follow the following steps. So I'm just going to pause this lecture again. So now you can see that it's currently unzipping Cypress. Please ensure also that you haven't got any network restrictions. So please make sure that if you run into issues, that you double check you're not behind any network restrictions such as firewalls, etc., as you'll probably run into issues when attempting to download Cypress. Okay, so once the download process has completed, what you should now see is the following. So you can see it says plus Cypress 4.5.0. It's added X amount of packages, etc. So you should see the following message. Now, if we navigate to the contents of our package.json file, you can see there's a section added called dev dependencies. Within it, you'll see Cypress and the version which we installed, so the version of 4.5. And at the same time, if we navigate to our project explorer, you can now see a node modules folder. If we expand the folder, you can see that there's various different packages. And all of these packages relate to Cypress. For example, we can see here the specific folder called Cypress, and there's all sorts of different folders inside, and you'll see various different content.